As would be expected from a Virgo new moon, this new moon is not very fun, but it is a very useful new moon. It's good for correcting something in your life that you've already worked on a lot and you're now realizing needs quite a bit of care, love, and redoing. If you're excited to dive into what exactly we can expect from this new moon in Virgo, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can always stay up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi, I'm Maren. If you're new here, I am a Western astrologer using the tropical zodiac and whole sign houses. I make videos about astrology. I also make music, which you can check out on my channel, and I have private readings as well as videos that I pre-record for you all if you want to purchase those down below. I do all kinds of readings. In this video, we're going to first get into the energy of this new moon, then we will get into what it means for you based on your sign, then we will end with a tarot card to show the energy. So this new moon is happening on September 14th, 2023 at 6:40 p.m. Pacific time. It's happening with the sun and the moon together, as always happens in a new moon, at 21 degrees of Virgo. So 21 degrees is in the third part of Virgo called the third decan. The decans add a little bit more of a story or texture to what the sign already means. So Virgo itself is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication, of intellect, and of logic. So automatically the topic of this new moon is more logical, more informative, and more data-driven than it is some emotional kind of release or new beginning. But this third decan of Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. It has double Mercury emphasis, really driving in the point that this is around a project, data, or something logical and informative in our life. And this is associated with the 10 of Pentacles tarot card, known as the Lord of Wealth, or in other words, accomplishment of building something up over time. So this is very much a reward-driven card where we've come a long way and we want to reap the rewards of completely finishing this up. We're looking back on all that has come. We're remembering how far, we built this and everything that we've undertaken. And now we're considering what the next step is to really bring this into the real world and into fruition. However, when this card is inverted, which is relevant for this because it's ruled by a Mercury retrograde, this means that we're not considering the consequences for what we built clearly, or we have a long way to go. Therefore, I think that because this card itself shows bringing something to fruition, but this new moon, as I'll explain, is ruled by Mercury retrograde, we need to realize that before we can put it out into the world, there's a few kinks we need to iron out and really consider on adding a little bit more effort into. So this is a new beginning, but it's because of realizing we gotta redo shit. It's not completely done, we've come a long way, but there's a final kind of pivot that we need to make around this. So the first really important thing around this new moon is that it is opposite Neptune. Whenever there's an opposition, it shows tension of the highest form, and Neptune is the planet of delusion, of confusion, and of things being out of whack or really not in reality. So this is showing that there's confusion, there's a lack of clarity, there is we know what we're starting, but we don't completely know the direction to get there. There's a fear of knowing how to enact this and a fear of what it would mean to actually put this into place. However, on the bright side, this new moon is trine Uranus, the planet of disruption or innovation within 1 degree, showing a genius quality or a novel solution to what we're about to start. It's also trine Pluto, which shows focus and determination, but it's ruled by a Mercury retrograde because Virgo is ruled by Mercury and Mercury is retrograde, which shows rethinking the logical plans or going inward to reconsider what our next steps are. Because Mercury is also opposite Saturn pretty closely, and in opposition to Saturn shows issues of censorship, issues of blockages, and boundaries that are withholding us from speech, this new moon is likely very quiet and ridden with obstacles, specifically around the logistics of things. So we're likely not able to communicate about this, we're likely running into huge delays and huge roadblocks, and that is probably motivating why we're so focused and serious around getting this done, because there's so many things that are building up against us as we try to do just one thing after another. Mars will also be opposite Chiron in Aries. So Mars is in Libra, showing a passive-aggressive energy of getting this done or being focused on judicial actions rather than being cutthroat. But opposite Chiron shows that this matter at hand is triggering or is quite vulnerable for us, and therefore we have the opportunity to heal, but at its core there is an element of being very triggered or vulnerable around the fact that we have to go back and redo this. Venus, however, on a positive note, will be squaring Jupiter. So squares between Venus and Jupiter are positive, positive, even if squares between any other planets are challenging. Venus-Jupiter squares are very positive, and it shows this dynamic of abundance, of seeing the bright side, of relationships working out very well, which is very, very, like on the bright side, the relationships around this are very, very positive. We feel supported in our relationships. So this is a new moon, but it comes from a rethinking, and it comes from a taking inventory of how far we've come, which means that we're realizing we got to go back and change or fix something along the path. So if you already have any thoughts or questions around this new moon, do let me know in the comments below. And now we'll get into what exactly this means for you based on your rising sign. So if you are a Virgo rising, this new moon is in your first house of self, dealing with your appearance, what you look like, and your personality. If you're a Libra rising, this is in your 12th house of mental health or addictions or spirituality. So you're probably starting something new as a way to get over some spiritual or mental health difficulty. If you are a Scorpio rising, this is in your 11th house of networking your friends. You're probably joining forces with a new group of people, either socially or in a really formal contract. If you're a Sagittarius rising, this is in your 10th house of career, so you're probably starting something new at work. If you are a Capricorn rising, this is in our 9th house of foreign travel, higher education, or beliefs like religion. So you're either embarking on a new degree, a new really important trip, or starting to believe something new and beginning is that an important part of your life. If you are an Aquarius rising, this is in your 8th house of finances or shared assets or the occult. So you're probably starting a new investment or financial journey or something new with witchcraft. If you're a Pisces rising, this is in your 7th house of committed relationships. So you're probably starting something new in a committed bond that's already pre-existing, and there's an important kind of development or new chapter. If you're an Aries rising, this is in your 6th house of physical health or coworkers. So you're either starting something new with the way that you diet and exercise or treat your health, or hiring new people at work. If you're a Taurus rising, this is in your 5th house of dating or creativity. So you're probably either starting to date someone and having that really grow, or there's a new creative project on the horizon. If you're a Gemini rising, this is in your 4th house of home or family. So something new is starting or being renovated around the house or with your family. If you are a Cancer rising, this is in your 3rd house of communication, content, or writing. Probably something new around the logistics of being productive or putting out content or writing is starting. And if you are a Leo rising, this is in your 2nd house of income or financial, budgeting. So you're probably making money in a new way or spending money in a new way. The occult tarot card that we have here for this Virgo new moon is 8 of Pentacles, Zagan. Turns water into wine and back again, turns blood into wine, turns any metal into legal tender coins, makes fools wise. So this card brings up themes of alchemy or changing one thing into another. So this pivot may be because you started something that you now see would be better suited towards a different concept or a different overall form. So you might just be redoing the format or the delivery of something that you've already finished most of. So I hope that this helps you clarify what the Virgo new moon is about, and if you have any remaining questions, do feel free to ask down below so we can all help each other out in the comments around this. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling about this, how you expect this to play out in your life, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh, there is one thing you're all